and tuning into my channel. I'm excited to do Foxtrot basic with the advanced techniques, but I gotta say I am so cold. I can't, today, if you're local, we got our first snow, and I have just been chilled all day. So I'm probably gonna leave my sweatshirt on and we're just gonna do the best we can, because when this girl gets cold, I shake, and then my voice will be shaky and it'll be harder for you to understand me. And so I'm just gonna leave it on, okay? So for the advanced basic, we're gonna look at two different things here. The first technique we're gonna look at is swing, okay? Swing is passing one side of the body, past the other. We've already covered it in our waltz tutorial. So if you've watched that, you have a head start. Otherwise, don't worry, I will walk you through it and we'll learn how to swing one side of the body past the other. The other thing we are going to start talking about is passing our feet. When we use swing, it really helps and initiates, if you will, the ability to pass our feet in our dancing. So let's look at our basic, okay? Let's first actually just start with that. Always start with the feet, because if you don't know where your feet are going, you don't have the foundation that's going to support what your upper body is doing. So feet first. Review, remember the basic Foxtrot pattern is 2 slows, this is the lead, and side close, right? And then as a follow, we're back on the right foot, slow, slow, side close. The side close being the quick, okay? Now, let's go ahead and instead of going side close with our feet, we are going to keep going forward, okay? So don't worry about whether you're stepping with a heel or toe right now. We'll go through all that as well. But just take a walk for me, walk forward, split the timing, slow, slow, quick. Well, hey, all of a sudden it seems a little bit easier, yeah? Don't kid yourself. It looks easier, but actually when you're moving with a partner, keep in mind we are going to be moving with a partner, that continuous forward motion is a little bit harder to control. We like to call something happens that as professionals call the snowball effect, right? Once you start moving forward, if you are not equally balanced with your partner, say your partner's pulling a little bit, right, or you're pushing a little bit, that forward action is just going to allow it to increase, and before you know it, you're just going faster, and losing control, essentially, right? So, although our feet are easier, because we don't necessarily have the side step, and we're just kind of walking forward, we are going to be adding swing to our body action, which adds another level of challenge. Okay, so let's put our frame out. All right, if you don't have a lot of room like me, you can just do elbows. All right, let's go through our footwork as the lead. Let's start with lead. Okay, so remember we have heel, toe, toe, toe. Now, on that last step, I want you to think about coming down, back down into your heel with both feet collected right underneath you. Okay, we'll get more into that in a second. All right, but here we go. We're gonna go slow, slow up onto the toes. We've already reviewed this in our intermediate level, right? And so we're staying on the toe for the first quick, and at the second quick, just like when we were closing our feet, we end up down together, right? Down together. We're gonna make sure we're still ending our step collected and stacked and balanced at the end, okay? So look at that again with the left foot for our leads. We're starting heel, heel, toe, 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 heel. My weight is in my right foot though, so because I'm ready to move forward again into my left heel, okay? One more time, here we go. It's heel, slow, heel, toe, slow, toe, quick, toe, heel, quick. Okay, now let's go ahead and add the swing. Okay, so again, definition of swing, pardon me, is when we take one side of our body past the other, okay? Let's just kind of look at this like in normal life situation. When most of us walk, just casually walking around, in order to stay balanced, go ahead and just start walking around a little bit if you've got the space. But you're gonna notice, like if you start swinging your arms, most of us swing in opposition, okay? Or our body's kind of going opposite as the foot that's coming forward, okay? That's just coordination, right? It helps us to move quicker and more gracefully, right? Now, most of us can't remember learning to walk. I have a toddler right now, right? And when they're walking, they're actually kind of doing this. So they're actually swinging, because what they're doing is they're taking the one side, the whole side, and passing it like this, right? Instead of doing opposition, which helps that balance and control, right? Okay, so you may ask, well, why are we gonna walk, like do this type of action in our dancing? Well, we gotta remember there's another person on the other side of us mirroring that same action, and we gotta look at it as a whole, as a couple, and that will create the balance, okay? So, but for balance and control in your own body, the swing is going to happen at the second step. So the first step slow, we're gonna think about, let's put our frame out, nothing happens, okay? Now, as you're coming and finishing, let me turn this way. As we're finishing this first step, so as my right leg is coming underneath me, I need to think about my leg not starting necessarily in my hip, but it's all the way up here. Sometimes I even tell my students to think about it up in the shoulder, okay? So then, as I'm collecting here, I think about stacking all this on top of my foot, and notice I'm kind of prepping up here, and then I can swing it all the way past my other side, okay? Which in this case for the lead is your left side, okay? Now, a couple of things are gonna happen when we start to practice this. When you take your swing, a lot of times we'll collapse on this side, so we wanna make sure that stays up, okay? So we take our step, and as we swing through, we're keeping this opposite side lifted and stretched out towards the wall here, okay? The other thing, and this is why I stress so much importance on the footwork and keeping your feet parallel in the very beginning, is once you start moving your body, if your feet aren't grounded enough, they're gonna start swiveling a little bit, okay? And we want to try to make sure that that doesn't happen. So as I step through here, I still want everything going this way. My next step is still going to go here. So I don't want my feet twisting, right? Because where my toes are going is where my partner thinks I'm going, right? So you want to keep your feet and your toes staying straight, okay? So some practice things. What we can do is pretend we are robots and just glue your arms to your sides, okay? And let's go for a walk. But in order to walk, you're gonna pretend like you're a cowboy, right? And you're gonna bring one side forward, okay? La la la, like this. Now, when you do that, see how your foot might be turned? Try to keep it forward. So even though I'm swinging my sides through, I'm gonna keep my toes forward, okay? So I'm swinging through all the way to you. Okay, let's go the other way. So you just want to kind of get used to this weird new feeling. And if you're doing it and you're feeling a little off balance, that's normal and that's okay. There's a lot of things that could be affecting that. We don't necessarily need to go into that right now, because this is just a drill to kind of get the overall feeling of swinging, right? Your sides pass. Okay, so now let's try to do that with our frame. The trick here is, now I have all this empty space between my arms and my sides. And the challenge is to make sure that empty space still moves as one piece, okay? They're not bringing the wing in first, and then the back, and then the hip, right? But all of this is kind of extended out to my elbow, and it's all connected. And so when I swing through, it all comes through, right? And my toes are staying forward, okay? So again, this is happening on the second slow, okay? So we have nothing on the first slow, and then on the second slow, we have a right side swing through. My right side is swinging through, okay? And then on my first quick, I'm gonna swing through the left side quick, And then for my last quick, I'm going to hold that position because I want to end in CBMP individually when talking with myself, okay? Or as a couple, outside partner position, okay? So my partner is actually going to end up outside here. Okay, and stay tuned in for next week because I will be going through the basic with Mike so you can see it with a partner, and then also show you guys a little practice amalgamation to use. Very basic, but using all the techniques, okay, around that's something that you can practice out in real life, okay? So, going back to this, again, nothing on the first one. We swing through on the second, and as we rise to our toes, we're swinging through on the third with the left side. Then we're going to keep it there as we step through to our outside partner position. Okay? When you pass your feet like that instead of closing them, and you end up in outside partner position with your partner out here, that is something we call a continuity finish. So you might hear me relate to it that way as well. Okay, so let's review all of that for the lead. Okay? Let's start with the feet first. Remember, we're just going forward, 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 forward with the timing. Slow, slow, quick, quick. Then we add our footwork, which we have already practiced in our intermediate level, which was heel, toe, toe. Oh, I'm sorry. Restart. I'm going too fast. Which is heel, heel, toe, 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 heel. Right? And then we add the swing. Right? So it's nothing, swing through, and stay. Again, making sure that our feet aren't twisting like this, right? And that we're not collapsing this side. Okay, so let me do that coming at you, right? So we have slow, slow, quick, quick. Okay? Another thing that helps this position individually when you're practicing is really make sure you keep your head stretched out here. Okay, a lot of times people come into the center with their head weight, but you got to keep that stretched back. It's the last thing that kind of wants to arrive, kind of have that sort of attitude. Okay? All right, now let's go through for the follow. So let's review. Remember, our basic went back, back, side, close, right? And we had our footwork there, which was toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, 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 heel, right? Now, again, we are going to practice passing our feet. So instead of doing the side close on the quick, quick, we're just going to keep going backwards, okay? So starting back with the right foot, we have slow, slow, back, back, okay? And again, we still want to have our footwork. All right, now the trick with our footwork though, however, is we are going backwards and our partner is coming right at us. So we actually are not going to go up on our toes at all, because what have I taught you guys earlier is you have to release those toes to get out of his way. So our rise and fall, we're really going to do it more through our legs to match him. Okay, this is the one spot where you will get to do some rise and fall through your legs in order to match his rise and fall and also be able to get out of the way, okay? So what I want you to practice is making sure first that you're releasing your toes. Let me turn this way so you can see me. That you're releasing your toes on every step, okay? And while you're doing that, make sure your head go up in your position, but your head is not pulling you off of it, off of your feet, right? But it's staying more in the middle of your feet. Don't pull with your head. Imagine your partner coming at you, right? And you're moving from your spine here, your belly back. Okay, I was going to try to take a break because the furnace just turned on and I understand it's harder to hear me, but I'm on a time crunch, so I can't do that. So, I apologize. You know, things will get better. But I'll try to talk really loud. And we were doing the follow, right? So we're making sure that we are pulling up through our core and peeling our toes back so we can stay balanced, okay? also are going to practice our swing. So on the first step, there's going to be nothing that happens, okay? And then on the second step, you're going to swing what is your left side back, okay? And then on the third step, it becomes your right side back, and then it's going to stay there for the last step, okay? So again, nothing on the first step, nothing, okay? Second step, we're going to swing the left side pass, and then and keep our feet straight. And then on the third step, we're going to swing the right side pass, and then we're going to stay for the very fourth step, all while peeling those toes every time. When you're practicing this individually, I would recommend you not necessarily worry about the rise and fall right now in your knees, because you don't really have a partner to gauge that on. And it's definitely easier with a partner. But when you're practicing by yourself, my coach told me to think about your legs being almost like a vacuum. And everything, when I'm coming into this position, everything is pulling up here. I'm pulling it up. My legs are tight and flexed, right? Coming through tight. I'm not just spaghetti legs. Okay, so really work those legs. We have slow, swing, swing, and stay. Okay? So let's just review everything here. For the advanced basic, instead of closing our feet, we started passing our feet, which is called a continuity finish. It puts us in outside partner position with our partner. With ourselves, that means we are in CBMP position, contra body movement position, which means your feet are on the same track and your upper body is rotated, the opposite side is rotated to that front leg. Okay? Either way, this way or this way. Okay? Then we also talked about the swing. We talked about the two things that happen with the swing that you want to look out for is the dipping. Okay? Is that we swing through, instead of swinging through very laterally, right? We kind of start to do this. So we want to make sure that we're more swinging through this way and that we're not losing our sides, right? And then the other thing was, so maybe there was three, I lose track, but was to keep your feet straight, yeah? So even though we're swinging through, we don't let our feet turn. Let me do it pointing at you. We're swinging through, we don't let our feet turn like this. It's a fine way to start, right? We did the drill, or you imagine we're a cowboy, right? Glue your arms to the side and swing through. Take steps, imagining all your side is locked up together. Your feet will rotate. Then I had you try it again, but this time after doing it that way, sorry. This time you want to keep your feet more straight. And so you start to feel more of a twist through your muscles, up through your legs, all the way up. Oh, that's the other thing I said. Try to think about your legs starting higher up, because if you want it to time through with your leg, and if you think your leg is down here, a lot of times what I see is leg and then upper body kind of thrown on top. So think about that leg being way up here, right? And it moves up here. Okay, so that is it. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. Comment down below, send me an email, find me on Facebook, and please let me know what you would like to see next month. I am thinking something rhythm. We've already done the two main ones, rumba and swing. So it's time to do something a little bit more fun. I was thinking salsa. So give me a thumbs up if you agree with that. And then also let me know next week. I will be putting out like a practice amalgamation. If there is something you specifically want to see, give me an email, leave me a comment, let me know, and I'll get that in the video for you. Okay? Thanks again for your guys' support. It means the world to me. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Stay warm. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.